In this video, we're going to go over the OneTalk desktop app. We'll go over the initial setup, navigation of the app, and basic call functions such as transferring and conferencing calls. You'll first need to enter the OneTalk phone number and name your device. You can name it whatever you would like. After that, you'll hit Request PIN. The PIN is going to go to the email address associated with your line. Once you enter that PIN, you'll hit Activate. Now you'll be prompted to enter your profile information. You can add a photo, put in your position, and your company name. The 911 address is a required field. This is in the event that you need to call emergency services, they know where to send them. So after you enter in your 911 address and your profile information, you'll just hit Next. That completes the setup. It's going to default to the messaging tab here. So you can send and receive text messages from your desktop app, and you can compose new messages by pressing this blue icon up here. Pressing the phone will bring up your phone's call history. You also have a dialer here in green, where you can enter phone numbers or select contacts to call. Contacts are housed in this little address book icon. You can add new contacts by pressing this plus sign, where you can enter in their company, position, you can add photos, put in their phone number, email addresses, as well as additional fields like notes and occasions. There's a little voicemail icon here. This will allow you to call into your mailbox. If you have visual voicemail turned on, you can also listen to messages directly by clicking on them. You have another option for accessing your dialer with this dialer icon here. Meeting rooms are where you can set up personal meeting rooms such as Zoom or Cisco WebEx. This gear icon is for your settings. So general settings are things like if you want the app to open when your computer starts, do you want to always keep the calling window in front? Do you want to launch the calling window when the app is opened? Things like that. It's also where you can edit your profile information. Audio video settings are where you can choose your output and input device, and you can also perform test calls to make sure everything is functioning as normal. This is also where you can choose what the device will ring on. So for instance, if you have a headset, you can choose whether you want it to ring in your ear through the headset or if you'd prefer it to ring through your computer speakers. Call settings are where you can set up things like Do Not Disturb, which will send all your calls to voicemail, or enable call forwarding rules. So if you want to forward all your calls, for instance, you can click Forward All Calls and enter the phone number you would like those to forward to. Contact settings are where you can import contacts. You can import from Google or Office 365, or you can download a template and then upload it to import contacts en masse. Advanced settings are where you can choose your download location or do things like deactivate the device. Deactivating the device essentially boots you back to the login screen. And lastly, if you have BLF turned on or busy lamp field line monitoring, you can monitor those from this little monitoring icon. Now, when you're actually on a call, it's going to look a bit like this. So you have this little pop-up window here, and you can see that there are 3 lines. So you can be on 3 active calls at one time, and you can bounce between them with these buttons here. So when you're on an active call, it's going to look like this. You have your little microphone here. This is mute. You also have a pause button for hold. There's a message icon for sending a text, a dialer to bring up your dialer. End call is this big red button. You also have an automobile here for parking and a phone with an arrow for transfer. There is also a merge icon for conferencing, which is currently grayed out. I will go over how to do conference calls shortly, and a video icon. As long as both phones support it, you can do a video feed. To transfer a call, you'll just press that transfer icon. You can then enter a phone number or choose a contact from the list, and then you'll press transfer and choose direct or consultative. A direct transfer is going to send it directly to that person. So after you hit direct, you're finished. A consultative transfer allows you to announce the call before sending it over. So for those after you hit consultative, it's then going to call that person, and you'll need to press transfer again after you finish speaking to send it over to them. If they say they can't take that call for whatever reason, you can just hit cancel and it'll bring you back to that person waiting on hold in the background. Next up, we'll go over hold and parking. So if you wanted to place a call on hold, you would just press that little pause button, but this is only going to put it on hold on your own line. If this call needs to be placed on hold on someone else's line, or if it needs to be remotely retrieved, you're going to want to use the park function. So to park a call, you'll just press that little automobile icon. When you press that, the phone is actually going to tell you exactly what to do. So you'll hear instructions that tell you to enter the phone number or extension where you want to park that call, followed by the pound sign. That person will then receive an audible and visual notification that a call is parked on their line so that they can retrieve it. Now, if this call needs to be remotely retrieved, you can do so from any of your OneTalk devices just by dialing **88 followed by the extension the call is parked at and the pound sign. Now, one of the key differences between transferring and parking, if you transfer a call to someone and they don't answer, it's going to go to their voicemail. But if you park a call on someone's line and it's not retrieved, it's going to roll back to you when the time frame is up. By default, that call will sit parked for 45 seconds, but you can adjust this up to 10 minutes from within your OneTalk portal. Lastly, we're going to go over conference calls. For conference calls, once you're on your first call, you're just going to open up another line. So you'll press Start New Call. That'll automatically put your first call on hold. So you'll press Start New Call, enter the phone number or extension, and then that merge icon is now available. So you'll press merge, and that'll merge those two calls into one. You can have up to 6 people in one conference call, including yourself. So if you wanted to bring someone else in, you would just do those same steps again. Start new call, and then merge. Thank you for watching today's tutorial video. If you have any additional questions, please contact your Masters Telecom representative for additional assistance.